Hey friends, and welcome back to Old Mill Homestead. So today we are doing a loaded chicken enchilada. So again, it's something that I've never done before, but I've seen it done, and obviously I've had chicken enchiladas, so I wanted to try one at home. So I'm going to show you everything that we're going to use, and then we will get started. So let's go. So it calls for chicken breast, which we have. We have 2 chicken breasts. It says 3 to 4, but 2 is really plenty for Nick and I. For garlic, which I already have here, calls for a green bell pepper and a red bell pepper, some cheese, which I'm still going through trying to finish. I had 2 of these, so this is the one I pulled out of the freezer. Rice, onion. I'm not huge on onion in my enchilada, so it makes 8, so I'll make 4 for Nick and 4 for myself. Some enchilada sauce, some diced green chilies, corn, black bean, and of course tortillas. So that is all of our ingredients. I've got the oven preheating so I can get my chicken cooked, and then we will get all of this put together. I'll get the rice on here in a few, and we'll see how it turns out. So let's go. Okay, so I have my oven preheating. I'm gonna cook my chicken in there. I will throw the rice on closer to time for the chicken to be done, and then we'll throw all this together and get it all prepared. I'm pretty excited about this. I love chicken enchiladas. I'm not a huge red sauce fan, so I'll probably go pretty light on that. Obviously, I'll coat the bottom. You cook it in a 9x13, so obviously I'll coat the bottom with that. But as far as, I might leave some of it all, more on Nick's side, less on mine. I'm just not a huge red sauce fan, but I'm pretty excited about this one. Again, it's one I've never tried before, so we'll cross our fingers, say a little prayer that it turns out, but I'm sure that it will be fine. So let's get going. So I'm gonna make my chicken in the oven in my cast iron. So I'm just gonna put some oil down. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our chicken. Typically I do slice my chicken breast in half, but since we're going to be shredding it anyway, I think I'm okay with it. To the chicken breast, I'm just gonna season it a little bit. I'm gonna put some oregano, and I'm just gonna sprinkle it over a little bit. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder. I'm gonna add a little bit of paprika. Hopefully this turns out really well. I can't say that I've ever cooked chicken this way, or with these seasonings, I mean, or obviously made chicken enchiladas. So it's exciting, but yet a little scary when you've never made a lot of things, because you have no idea your skill level. And let's just be honest, mine's pretty minimal, right? But it is a learning process, so. And then we're gonna add a little bit of salt. And then a little bit of pepper. And then just to kind of make sure this all does well, I'm going to turn these over. I don't know if this is a needed step, but I'm going to turn them over and add the same spices again to the other side. The recipe that I'm using doesn't call for any, Lucille, doesn't call for any spices in it. I mean, it's got obviously several things in it, but as far as spices, it doesn't call for really any that I can recall. So I want to kind of spice our chicken up just so we have good flavor. And even something like this, I'll put the salt and pepper on in just a second. Even something like this, I'm not familiar with. Using all these spices, cooking all these different meals, which some of you, I mean, you probably cook them all the time, or you've been cooking since you were, you know, in middle school. I have never really cooked up until the past I don't know now, 5 months, 4 months, and so everything's new. All these spices I'm not used to using. Am I using too much? Am I not using enough? It's a learning process. So not everything am I gonna hit out of the park, but I always let you know how it turned out, and just follow the recipe. So if I can make it, then trust me, you can. So let me add a little bit more of our salt. And then pepper. Now we have both. Woo! That was a lot of pepper. Okay. Anyway, so we have both sides seasoned. So we're gonna put it in the oven. I've got it at 375, and we're gonna let it go for probably 35-ish minutes. I'll start checking it about 30 minutes, and then we'll see how long we need to do it. Based on what I've read, that's a good temperature to make it super, to be juicy, and then also cooking time and stuff. So we'll see. I'll start checking it early, but we're gonna go ahead and get this in the oven. Hey Siri, set a timer for 30 minutes, please.
30 minutes starting now.
Right, so we have the chickens in the oven. I'm gonna clean up this little bit of mess I have, and then we'll start slicing vegetables, get all of that ready, and be ready for when the chicken comes out. I'll put the rice on about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then we'll combine everything and go from there. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get my rice ready. I'm not gonna do anything with it yet other than set it on the stovetop back there. So I need 1 cup of rice, should be plenty for us. And that is 1 cup. And then let me get my lid back on the rice, and then I'm gonna do 2 cups of water. Hope I have enough water. I have been making tea every day since I did that Thrive Market order, which is what this is. This is one of the elderberry teas. It's so good. So pour that, and then I'll have that ready when I need to. I'm just gonna set it on the stove, and I'll probably start cooking the rice in about 12 minutes-ish. Okay, so what we need to do is go ahead and get our vegetables chopped. And this onion has already sprouted, so hopefully it's okay. I can kind of pick and choose what I end up using. From it. And then I can put the rest into compost. I'm gonna take that little piece out there. Again, I'm not one that you want to watch when you're trying to learn to chop vegetables. My goal is just not to chop my fingers off. And to be real honest, this makes me very nervous. So I'm just not confident in any way with chopping. It called for a relatively short amount of onion, but since I'm having to get rid of so much of this one, I think I'm gonna go ahead and chop the whole thing. It was a pretty small onion anyway. And Nick likes onion, so again, I'm gonna take, I don't know if you can see that, I'm gonna take that center part out where the sprouts were. And then continue to chop it up. Does chopping make any of you all nervous? It makes me very nervous. Part of it is because I don't know how you're supposed to chop, and I have watched other people do it, and I don't know, I'm just not comfortable with it at all. So I'm gonna try to chop these up pretty fine. So we have our bell peppers. So in my starts, I have tons of different tomato varieties and bell peppers, and for the life of me, my bell peppers are not seeding at all, and I don't understand it. I have the temperature right, I have them on a heat pad, I have the spacing right. I don't know if I just have bad seeds or kind of what's going on there, but it looks like I might be buying bell peppers because so far I have not done well at growing them. My tomatoes have done really well, but not my bell peppers. Ta-da! We have our bell peppers and our onion all chopped. Like I said, my garlic's already peeled. I just have to mince it. And we have all the rest of our stuff. So let's see what we need to do next. Okay, so in our bowl, I found this bowl at Goodwill, I think. So I was pretty excited because I wanted a large bowl for canning stuff. So it says to add all of our ingredients except obviously our tortillas and enchilada sauce into a very large bowl. So you know what? I'm gonna have to do 2 bowls. Because I don't want onions in mine. So I'm gonna put that back and use these 2 bowls, which I also picked up from Goodwill. Because like I said, I don't want onions in mine. So let's go ahead and add all of the onions to 1 bowl. I love this little scraper. And then we're gonna do half of the green and red. And then the rest will go in our second bowl, which will be supposed to make 8 enchiladas. So that'll go in my bowl. And then we need to mince some garlic. And I did go ahead and turn my rice on so that it can be cooking. And just drop a couple. Definitely don't want a whole clove there or a whole piece in there. So let's mince up some of that. And then let's put some in for Nick. He loves garlic. I love garlic too. We both enjoy garlic. Pretty seriously thinking about fermenting some garlic in honey. If you all have ever done that and have any experience with it, let me know. But I am thinking pretty heavy about doing that. Okay, so we have our 2 bowls here, and we need to add black beans. And they need to be rinsed and drained. These are just store-bought. I do have some beans to plant. Black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans. These are just organic, green-wise black beans. So we'll put half in Nick's and half in mine. And then we also need to do some corn. And it's just supposed to be drained. And again, it's the same, it's just greenwise. And I do have corn that I want to plant in my garden. I have high hopes of all of this coming out right, but we'll see. All of the gardening stuff is what I'm talking about. Look how pretty that is. Can you see that? Aren't they both so pretty? Beautiful color. definitely have some beautiful color on there. And then we need to open a can of green chilies, and these are just the only, they're organic. They're the only ones I could find at the store. So we're gonna open those. And again, we're gonna do half and half. Nick likes a little bit more spice, a little bit more of that heat than I do, so I'm going to give him a little bit more than I'm going to put in mine. But he loves spicy and heat. So, speaking of that, I want to show you guys something. I want to brag on a friend of ours. He created a hot sauce company, and they have tons of different hot sauces. It's Harmacy Hot Sauce Company. This one is Chachi, and it's pretty, it says tangy, zesty, and funky. I'm not sure if he has a website. If he does, I'll post it below. It's so good. Anyway, here's the company. He sent Nick home with 3 different little bottles of this, and Nick has tried this one so far, and he loves it. It's got a little kick. And then the other, there's one that's pretty mild, and then the other one that he sent home with him is even more spicy than this. So just a little shout out to him. Anyway, that's his hot sauce company. It's very, very good. Super sweet guy. We love him. Okay, so I wanted to clean up my mess. I get very, have a lot of anxiety when I have, trying to make sure you all can see this. I get a lot of anxiety when I have a lot of just stuff everywhere. So we're gonna go ahead and add the cheese. I do plan on placing an Azure order for the month of April, so I'll be able to do my own cheese again. I put my scraps in a little cup so that I can compost that or put it in the garden. I'm not really good at any of that yet. I'm still learning, but if nothing else, we'll compost it. We're still trying to decide about compost as far as where to do it. It looks so good. Can you guys see that? Looks so good. Need to remember that's the onion. I thought we could chit chat. I'm just checking the rice to make sure that it's doing okay. So just wanted to give it a little stir. And a couple things. So I got to thinking the other day, let me bring you over here because there's just better light over on this side. It's really, I'm still trying to learn like my angles, so it's a good angle, it's not. So I wanted to say just real quick, thank you guys so much for all of your recommendations. You helped me so much. I don't know that I've ever said my name on the channel, and it's not because like I'm afraid to. My name's Chrissy, so if I haven't said that, welcome, my name's Chrissy. And so pretty much everything we do on this channel is new for me. I haven't done a repeat recipe and filmed it yet. Allergies, man, are kicking my tail. I haven't done a repeat recipe and filmed it. I have made some of the same recipes again, but you don't want to see it again, right? So pretty much everything I do is new for me. I've never made these recipes before, so I promise you, you're going to see mistakes, and your input is appreciated. I try to look past sometimes my own insecurities because you guys have helped me so much. Like even just getting an apron to keep my clothes from getting food all over them. I mean, that's a great suggestion. Telling me how to help make the same size cut 12 rolls. Just knowledge and knowledge and knowledge that you guys have given me. It's much appreciated. We're all about learning here. There's going to be fails. There's going to be things I miss in the recipe. So always follow the recipe that I link below. Most of these are not my recipe. I find them online or in someone else's video, and I try to give it a shot. So If it is mine, then I'll just hand write the recipe down, or not hand write, but hand type the recipe down at the bottom. But I just wanted to say thank you. I don't know that I say that enough. It's kind of vulnerable trying to do all this in front of the camera and try to remember what I'm doing and remember the recipe and try to figure out how to slice things. I mean, you saw me trying to slice the onions and peppers. My confidence level is pretty low on that, right? My goal is just not to cut a finger. So I appreciate you if I haven't said that already. And the chicken is baking away. The rice is heated up. We have this part ready to go. So we're just waiting for those two things to get finished, and then we'll start getting the enchiladas ready. So I just checked the chicken. It still needs another few minutes, so I'll put it back in for 5 minutes. The rice is ready though, so we're gonna go ahead and add it to our bowl. And then we're just gonna stir this in. I reread the recipe, and as per me, I did it wrong. You're supposed to add the cheese in once you get it in the enchilada. And of course I did not do that, so that's fine. So we're just gonna mix that. It looks so good. Look at all that color. Just really pretty color. Okay, our chicken, I believe, is done. I'm just gonna double check to make sure that we're at the right temperature. That one was. Let's test this one. I usually double check them just because I'm especially nervous about doing something wrong with chicken. Chicken makes me very nervous. A lot of things in cooking, have you caught on to that theme? Make me a little nervous. Okay, yeah, these are good. So, I actually spilled, I don't know if you can see back there, a bunch of the rice and some spices that I used for the rice. So we're just gonna pick this up and set it on our plate. That piece with the little extra, this piece with the little extra pepper. It's just pepper, it's not burnt, it's just, I put a little extra pepper in there. So I'm gonna let this cool for just a second, and then I'm gonna dice it up and get it into our tortillas. All right, so I have my chicken all divided. So we're just gonna do half and half. Actually, I meant to give Nick a little bit more chicken than I did on my side, and then we're just gonna stir this together. Stir this one together. This one is the one with onions in it, so I'm trying to keep them separated. Y'all, that is so pretty. I'm not really sure how well you can see it. That is so pretty. So let's swing over here and get these in our, it says to pour a little bit of this on the bottom. I'm gonna spray it, maybe. I rearranged my spice drawer, so I'm gonna spray it just in case. I don't think that it actually needs it. I'm pretty positive that's the point of the enchilada sauce on the bottom. But just to make sure, it's always easier when something does not stick. So this, again, is just enchilada sauce. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit in the bottom here. Spoon I haven't already used, and just kind of get this on the bottom, and then we're gonna save the rest of that. This is an 8-pack, so we should go through all of these tortillas. It says just to put a scoopful. You guys can't see, can you? It says to put a scoopful. This is my mixture. And then roll them up. I don't have anywhere to roll them up at in the space I'm working in. I'm gonna put them on the plate that I had the chicken in. I'm also not a good tortilla folder. So, we'll do our best, right friends? Yep, always. Okay, that's gonna be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my 4. And then Nick's 4 will be at the back. I'm probably gonna have leftover mixture. I don't really have anywhere to put it. Actually, I'm doing more than they said to put in here just because I'm trying to use all this mixture, what I don't throw on the floor there. So, I had to bring out another little dish for the last 2 of Nick's because I again made them too big. So I'm just gonna put a very small bit on mine because like I said, I'm not a huge enchilada sauce fan. And then I'll put these 2 in the back here are Nick's. So I'll put the rest in there. The oven is preheating to 425, I believe. No, 400. So it is ready. So these are gonna bake at 400 for 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes until they're kind of bubbly and golden brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these in the oven. Hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes, please.
15 minutes, counting down.
Okay, so I've got my timer going. I'm gonna take the leftover that we have and put it in a container. Like I said, we can use that for kind of like a taco salad type thing. So let me get that done. That's in the oven baking and we'll be back and I will let you see how it looks. Okay friends, they are done. They're out of the oven. It took my oven about 20 minutes and I actually did turn it on broil. It doesn't say to do that, but I did turn it on broil just for 1 minute, just to brown it a little bit. So, as per normal, I did not follow all the instructions. I used all the cheese in the mixture. You can sprinkle cheese on top if you wanted to. I don't have any cheese left to do that. You could also add sour cream. We do have sour cream. Nick's not home yet, but when he gets home, we'll divvy these up and eat them. And I was able to make quite a bit. This is Nick's, and that's a decent amount for him to take to work and like dip tortillas in it or just eat it plain. And then mine is here. So we're gonna have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 meals. So 3 a piece between all that we have left over. I have a feeling that will be more than 1 meal. And these are fat burritos, like our enchiladas. I stuffed them pretty heavy. So we might have more than that. We might have a lot. We might be eating enchiladas for the remainder of the week. That happens sometimes. I am not where I'm comfortable yet halving recipes, and I actually halved the chicken because it called for 3 to 4 chicken breasts and I only did 2 because that's all I had not frozen. But when I get more comfortable cooking, I'll make smaller amounts, but I do like to cook enough where that the next day I don't have to cook, because while cooking's been fun for me and it's something that I'm learning and I'm actually enjoying it, it's not somewhere I want to be all day every day, right? We have the garden to do, we have the herd of fur babies, we have the house to clean, bills to pay, the land to keep up, we have our thing that we do for the community. We just have a lot of kind of things going on, and some days I'll get in here and I'll cook all day long, and other days I'm like, I'm not stepping foot in that kitchen. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll let you know as always if it was good or not once Nick gets home and we actually try it, but it looks and smells really good. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.